Your Excellency, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, SAN, GCON, former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I dare say, one of Nigeria's shining lights. Your Excellency, we want to publicly congratulate you once again for the unflinching support you extended to the higher education subsector and even the core curriculum minimum academic standards when you are in the saddle. Professor Osibanjo, I dare say also belongs to that celebrity class that continues to bring back significant prestige and respect to the classroom, to the practice and the corridor of power. Please join me in acknowledging this great man. May I also acknowledge the presence of another boss, the boss of all bosses, the former secretary to the government of the Federation, a mentor, a benefactor who I've continued to draw a lot of inspiration from. I acknowledge you, sir. Let me also today is a day of all bosses. Another boss of mine, and we have just been given to understand, has attained the rank of a professor of practice. Can I say Professor David Andrew Adejo, the former permanent secretary, Federal Minister of Education. By the way, he's not the immediate past permanent secretary. The immediate past permanent secretary is the current head of service of the civil service of the Federation. I'd like to acknowledge you, sir. I'd like to acknowledge my brother, my friend, and now my strategic partner, the founder, Simdol Shagaya, and his beloved wife, Dr. Antonia. Let me also acknowledge members of the BOT. I see Mr. Uyi, Dr. Suleiman, and all the other BOT members here present. I want to acknowledge my brother, Professor Tayo, the Vice Chancellor, another brother, Registrar Ihai, and all the principal officers. I acknowledge all the staff of Miva University, proud parents, matriculating students, other important dignitaries, so many. Our friends from the media, members of the fourth estate of the realm. I want to say that distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge each and every one of you. And I want to say that it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you today on behalf of the National Universities Commission and on behalf of the 274 universities that make up the Nigerian university space as we celebrate a significant milestone in our academic journey. That is your matriculation into one of the most respected and recently established private open universities in Nigeria, which is the Miva Open University. This moment, friends and proud parents, marks not just the beginning of your studies, but the start of an adventure filled with discovery, growth, and countless opportunity. I want to, again, express my gratitude to the founder and to the management for the honor of this invitation yet. I recall when a similar invitation was extended to me at the first matriculation ceremony of this university, I wholeheartedly accepted for the significant reason of being the first matriculation for a private open university licensed by the National Universities Commission. And it is noteworthy, but not surprising, that in less than 3 years of its existence, Miva Open University is not only becoming a household name in the higher education space, but continues to reflect a broader commitment by the National Universities Commission to provide more access to quality education and broaden equity in educational opportunities for every Nigerian and for even foreigners that desire flexible university education that enjoys parity of esteem and equality in academic standards, to a degree from any other university. Today's matriculants form part of the cohort of fortunate students who would otherwise have been denied admission. We're therefore grateful to God Almighty for enabling us to witness and to be part of this new chapter in the noble journey marked by the second matriculation of Miva Open Universities. Today's event, I must say, is equally significant, being that it marks the formal enrollment of the second cohort into the academic programs of this great university. And just in case we forget, matriculation ceremonies such as the one we are witnessing today is observed as one of the core traditions of every tertiary institution. Without this significant ceremony, one cannot stand tall and be proud of himself as a student, as an alumnus of an institution. It is therefore on this note that I heartily congratulate all fresh students who have been matriculated today and for having been found worthy to be admitted into this flagship open university. I want to continue to say that this is the beginning of a transformative journey that will not only shape your future, but challenge and refine your perspective of the world. I cannot emphasize enough the import of this ceremony as it formally marks your entry into this vibrant, academic community where knowledge, where personal growth, where lifelong learning are deeply rooted. It is in this intellectual journey that you must continually remind yourself that you are here for a reason: to learn, to interrogate, to question, to explore, and to innovate. It begins by cultivating a winning attitude, that typically tenacious and highly animated Nigerian spirit and enthusiasm about what you have chosen to do here at Miva University. And as it is always said, a man can only succeed at almost anything he has deep enthusiasm for. Your Excellency, Mr. Chancellor, sir, distinguished invited guests, the idea of private open universities in Nigeria is a reaction to three critical anticipated futures. And I want to underscore three critical anticipated futures. First is the projected population of Nigeria at 450 million by the year 2050. As you well know, this will exacerbate the crisis of access beyond what we can tackle through the replication of brick and mortar universities and the creation of distance learning centers in dual mode universities. And perhaps I use this occasion to remind us that one of the recurring decimal about the higher education landscape of Nigeria is the huge gap between demand and supply. And the statistics is this, and Professor Adejo knows this better. Every year, Nigerian kids, about 2 million, apply to go to acquire university education. But the 274 universities put together can only accommodate between 500 and 700,000. And if you're going to juxtapose and draw a parallel with the United States of America, with a population of about 300 million, the US of A prides itself with about 5,500 universities. Brazil, which is about the size of Nigeria, has about 1,200 universities. Indonesia, slightly higher than Nigeria, has over 1,000 universities. Russia, you don't want to talk about China and India. Those ones are in the 1 billion mark. And another reaction, another critical future is the need to create opportunities for lifelong learning and continuous education, which is critical to global competitiveness and national development. The rapidity of change and the fluidity of knowledge fields require quick and creative responses, which our brick and mortar universities are unable to nimbly respond to at the moment. We all agree that we're behind the trends, but before we respond to these needs, the game has to change, and that's why we are proud of the rising profile of MIVA Open University. Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you that the National Universities Commission was founded in 1962 as a small advisory and administrative policy unit in the Cabinet Office at the twilight of independence, but which was to later become a full-fledged agency of government in 1974. And today we pride ourselves as a flagship regulatory agency that has been saddled by law with a very strategic and vital responsibility for the orderly development of university education in Nigeria. So we lay the minimum standards. We also, do the resource assessment and verification to make sure that the facilities, the quality and the quantity of learning resources available to you of comparable standards. We also do the accreditation. This is a peer review mechanism where we come to confirm conformity or otherwise to the extent regulatory prescriptions of the National Universities Commission. And consistent with this mandate, we in recent years have promoted the digitization of higher education. And therefore we decided about 10, 11 years ago to establish a standalone directorate for the establishment of a Directorate of Open Distance and e-learning. We, as I mentioned, also are proud to say that we have consummated our core curriculum minimum academic standards, and the Vice President during his time was gracious to preside over that historic event. And I should also inform this gathering that we have just launched our transnational education guidelines, and under 6 competitive models, foreign investors are now at liberty to come to Nigeria and invest. They can set up branch campuses. They can undertake twinning arrangements, split site, joint degrees. They can establish teaching institutions, among several other things. And I want to say that it is noteworthy that the advantages of that universities like private open universities like MIVA can offer will not just be increased accessibility. The students enjoy the flexible learning models. You're also exposed to diverse program offerings, and then technological integration. There's a lot of reduction of educational barriers implicit, and then community engagement, strengthening skills development, innovative pedagogical and teaching methods, among several other things. I want to also remind the students that the National Universities Commission is no less than 100% supportive of this your journey as you begin it today. We will support both your university and both students. And in conclusion, I wish to further employ each and every one of you, to be law-abiding. You are here for a serious business. I want you to apply yourself fully to the task implicit in your academic journey. You should remain of good character, and please be true ambassadors of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I want to conclude by praying that this historic matric will be a true testament of a brighter future that lies before MIVA at the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I thank you for your kind attention, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and long live MIVA University. Thank you very much. Thank you.